Sebastian Kouromenas, thanks for joining our podcast. You're with HRPath. You're based out of Singapore. You're the partner for APAC. HRPath is a company related to HR, obviously. So this podcast is about HR. We're helping French startups, French tech startups attract talents all over the world. To get started, could you please just tell us more about what is HRPath? What the company is doing and what is your product?
Sure, Raphael. So HRPath is a global leader in human resources. We offer a wide range of services from HR advisory to HR system implementation and outsourcing. What it is in a nutshell, we assist HR departments and leadership teams to optimize and digital their HR processes. Our clients range from small growing company to large enterprise. The one that basically embark on complex HR transformation projects. Before all, we are basically a professional services company, right? So we do hire and develop experts that we can call consultants as well to offer this knowledge and expertise to our clients because those clients doesn't need or cannot afford to have those skills in-house. So usually we sit down with our customers. We listen to their requirements. We try to basically share good practice experiences and basically land on some processes that will be re-engineered and deployed within the organization.
Okay, that's very interesting. A lot of different topics. We will focus on your company and what makes it attractive. But just to understand a bit better, it seems that it's been a busy year for you. I heard that you had like a big fundraising, like an acquisition of an American company. Tell us a bit more about the news.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. HRPath is before everything else an adventure. It started in 2001. It has been 20 years in business, and the beginning of the company was basically a growth within France territory, but very quickly there was some merger and acquisition in the beginning.
Yeah, actually, you're not a startup anymore. You've been around for 20 years. I think you have more than 1,000 employees all around the world. So you're not like your typical French tech startup. You're more like a mature company. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So basically, we are part of the French Tech 120. Obviously, most of the companies they are startup, but there's also scale-ups, and we belong to the second category. We have been building the business over the past 20 years. To have solid foundation in France, but for now, the past few years, started in 2004, the company have decided to basically develop the international offices. So that type of investment definitely need investors, need some knowledge around the world. So we have started the global delivery centers in Europe first, and slowly deploy the company into US. And the rest of the world. The landing in Asia was basically not so long ago, actually. It started in 2017 when we opened an office and very quickly acquired a local company to basically speed up the growth here in the region.
Okay, so more than 18 countries nowadays, so like a real global presence. But let's understand a bit more, what makes your company attractive to talents. So do you have like a specific company culture?
We do. We do have a company.
That's a right answer.
Yeah, we do have a culture and a good one, I think. So basically, one of the mistakes that professional services company do is to focus everything on the skills, and this is really not something that make us scalable as a company. So I do believe that we have to focus on the behavior, the mindset, and the passion of people that we basically onboard. That I believe that any manager should be empowered to create opportunities for their own team members. And this is the beginning of the culture, to make sure that there is empowerment given. Of course, without proper coaching and boundaries, it can become quickly a chaos and to become as well counter-effective. But we are here to basically build this together grow our managers, and indirectly grow the company. So the culture of HR Path is all around having the right skills transfer from manager to employee.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. And what about the team? I mean, no matter if it's in Singapore or maybe in France HQ, what like a new employee, you know, what should they expect? Like what kind of colleagues, what kind of team would they be joining?
Yeah, so depending the level you join. If you are a trainee or junior consultant, you will basically we don't expect you to have the skills, right? But we just expect you to be hungry to learn. So you will be joining a team of senior consultants that will most likely bring you on projects in the middle of the action, talking with customer and trying to define the HR roadmap of our customer together. So at the early stage of the career, there is a huge learning curve, of course, but it's a very exciting one because it really puts you directly in the middle of the conversation with our customer.
Later, and you can expect some action. I mean, it's not going to be like a boring job like for junior employees. It's in the beginning, you do offer some action and to get in contact with your clients. So that sounds good.
Yeah, exactly. We try to do it as soon as possible. Of course, we need to make sure that all our people are certified, have the right trainings to be before even engaging with the customer. But this is something that we do through internal program and can be done between 6 months to 1 year. So you can really become an effective consultant after your year one. You can really become a good consultant after 1 year once you have understand the objective of the company, and once you have basically learned the skills that are required to engage with the customer.
Okay, so that was about my next question. So you already mentioned that, you know, like you give a lot of opportunities to learn from your colleagues and your managers. But, you know, how is it like, what is the opportunity in general to learn new skills? And even if we go a step like further, what kind of career perspective can you give to people that would join your company? Is it like, can it be like an international career? Can you like switch from one job to another or like different divisions? I mean, how is it organized?
Yeah, basically, first of all, we are in human resources, right? So let's say we practice what we preach to our clients. Okay, I think that's important. So we do assess our people skills. We try to understand everyone's aspiration, and then we map all of this to our business plan. Okay, we have to make sure that everyone in the company have upskilling opportunities because what we were doing 20 years ago in this industry is absolutely different to what we are doing today. We need to make sure that functional and geographical mobility is also part of the conversation. Someone that is stuck on a very specific topic for too long, at one point will be bored, especially the new generation. So what do we put in place to basically propose career perspective to our people? Same goes with geographical. I mean, right now, as we speak, we are in the middle of COVID, but it's very important for all our managers to really be attentive when someone wants to move from one country to another one. This is applicable, especially in Asia, where we have a lot of countries very close to each other. So if we don't talk about geographical aspirations, then we might lose a good consultant down the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do agree with you. What about the office? Let's say like you're based in Singapore. Is there anything special about your office, about the work environment? Or is it like, is there one unique thing about your office that you could name?
Yeah, we don't have baby food.
Yeah, okay. No, so you're definitely not a startup now.
Yeah, I know. That's for sure. I mean, yeah, the offices are pretty simple. I think we are also again adapting to the new norm, right? I strongly believe that offices are not really a place to work anymore, more a place to meet. So the old school type of offices where you have like rows of desks, etc., is over. So we are moving slowly to basically have some toward concept like hot desking. Of course, we still have desks, but the importance of the meeting room have actually increased In our offices here in Singapore, we have as much meeting room than the open space because we do need offices to meet, right? We just need an address to basically work together, but most of the work can be now done remotely. This is really applicable for Asia, a little bit less maybe in Europe, but yeah, that's the way it is. So originality of the office is to make this place really a place to meet. So we can start with a breakfast. We can have a team lunch. We can have after work after this day at the office. But everything is around the collaboration, right? Nobody is going to the office anymore to work on their own thing, because if that's the case, they can do it from home.
Yeah, that's very true. It's interesting. All those things are changing pretty fast these days. And talking about like remote jobs, do you offer remote job opportunities?
Yes, we do actually. HR Path needs to be competitive. Usually our projects are teams around 10 to 20 people for a period of six months to 1 year project. So we need to be competitive. And one of our approach to be competitive is to leverage the resources that are present in the country of the customer and that are able to deliver in an offshore and nearshore model. Okay, so yes, basically the fact that you work on a project in Singapore doesn't mean that you have to be in Singapore. You can be connected from Vietnam. You can be connected from Philippines. As long as the time zone is somehow respected, there is absolutely no border anymore.
So let's talk a bit more about you now. So you're actually new at the company, but you've been working in HR in Asia for a long time, I believe. But tell us about your experience joining the company. Is there, for example, one thing that you can, that you do now that is very different from your previous job?
Yes, Raphael. I joined HR Path early this year in January. So I've been on the job for 9 months. It has been clearly an excitement. While I'm here for less than a year in HR Path, I've been in this industry for the past 20 years. One of the reason I joined HR Path is for the challenge. The size of the challenge is definitely big. We are basically a 1,000 employee company, but most of our workforce is basically based out of France, and we have a vision to do the same in APAC. In APAC, we are only 100 people. So it's really the beginning of a nice adventure here. So the challenge is how to attract, develop, retain the local talent to support our organic growth. But also it's combined with the quest of finding a new business to acquire as well, to increase our market share. I mean, this is HR Path strategy to have those double speed. One, which is organic growth, because you need this to maintain your company culture and to make sure that you give opportunity to our own people. But obviously, it's a competitive market. So if we can identify and acquire a company that can increase our market share, we will definitely do so. And when you integrate a new company, it's also coming with in another set of challenge that I also do like. In my previous company, we have actually sold the business partially to a bigger group, and I have seen how difficult and how challenging it is to integrate existing team into a new ecosystem. So now I'm on the other side. I'm here to basically acquire the company, and I'm pretty sure that next time we acquire a company in Asia, I will be leading the pack to make sure that we do a good job of merge and acquisition type of activities.
Okay, which must be a pretty exciting task. We're reaching the end of this podcast, but the most important now, can you tell us a bit more about the jobs that you might be offering in APAC or even in France?
Yeah, so in APAC, we basically are trying to expand aggressively. So we have a few jobs around the sales. Mainly in Singapore as we speak. We definitely need to hungry people to work with our different partners to bring HR Path to the next level. A lot of business development is needed. even though we are a big group, we are still a small player compared to a lot of actors in the region. So we try to really continue to develop the business around marketing, business development, and sales. So those jobs are available now. Obviously, we are always looking for consultants, more people to join us, to learn how to do consulting, to learn what is HR and how we can basically turn HR department into a valuable organization. And senior consultants that are basically coming from other companies, most of the time competitors, that also bring some new perspective to grow.
Okay, great. France, yeah, tell us more about France, sure.
Yeah, in France we have another program running. It's basically a campaign to look for fresh graduates. So right after school, you can join us and basically again learn the job. You are not going to be pushed into the fire. There will be an onboarding process, a development plans, all the way to make you a good consultant. So that's something that's happening right now in France. We are in September. A lot of people are looking for a job, and if you want to have something new for your career, I really recommend to visit our HR Path career website on the corporate website, or as well on the LinkedIn page.
Okay, sure. You can also, of course, check out those jobs on the job board of La French Tech Jet. The link will be in the description. But thank you, Sebastian, for your time, and I wish you good luck.
Thanks, Raphael. It was good to speak to you. Yep, and hopefully we can meet in person one day for a coffee.
Let's hope so. Bye bye.